My podcast is Adulting with Autism. And I started it for my autistic young adult son because when he graduated high school, there was no transition. We got a piece of paper for vocational rehab, and then that was it. He wasn't mature enough to go off to college, so I kept him out for a year. And then I let him go to a college near us because they had an OT program. And I thought he would be safe and they would be supportive, but that was wrong. He ended up failing out and it was a traumatic experience for him. So I got super frustrated because he had this large university bill. No one was there to help him. And I didn't want parents to go through what I went through. So I started the podcast.
In today's episode of My Podcast Story, we have April Ratchford, the inspiring host of the globally ranked podcast, Adulting with Autism. April is an autistic occupational therapist and a dedicated advocate for autistic young adults and their families. With over 2.1 million downloads, her podcast is known for blending heartfelt insights with practical strategies, helping listeners navigate the often challenging transition from high school to adulthood. April's unique perspective comes from her personal journey as a mother raising an autistic son, coupled with her professional expertise in occupational therapy. She's here to share her inspiring journey on how she built her show from the ground up, shining a light on the critical resources needed for autistic individuals after they turn 18. Join us as we explore April's mission to empower and uplift the neurodiverse community, one conversation at a time. Okay, tell us your name and the name of your podcast and what your podcast is about.
So my name is April Ratchford. I am a mom and an autistic occupational therapist, and my podcast is Adulting with Autism. And I started it for my autistic young adult son because when he graduated high school, there was no transition. We got a piece of paper for vocational rehab, and then that was it. He wasn't mature enough to go off to college, so I kept him out for a year. And then I let him go to a college near us because they had an OT program. And I thought he would be safe and they would be supportive, but that was wrong. He ended up failing out and it was a traumatic experience for him. So I got super frustrated because he had this large university bill. No one was there to help him. And I didn't want parents to go through what I went through. So I started the podcast.
When did you start the podcast?
I actually started it January 1st, 2024. So I'm a little over a year now.
Congratulations. Wow.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's the podcast, is it audio only or audio and video?
No, I actually have audio and video, and I released my videos to YouTube. I just finished up 30 days of straight content in April
Wow.
for Autism Awareness Month and Occupational Therapy Month.
Wow, that's that. Ooh,
Yeah,
this
that's what I
conversation is
said.
going to be exciting. Yeah. Okay. I do have some questions, and I'll start with the first one is what type of content? Can you walk us through what the content challenge was for these 30 days of content in April you did? That's last month.
So I primarily focus on young adults transitioning. So I try to get them coaching for autism specific or um, lifestyle or life skills. Any colleges. I had 2 colleges except last month. So Marshall University and Mercyhurst have autism specific supports for those colleges. We have health, relationships, sex, things that all young adults should know, but they don't know. Finances, and they're not taught these things when they transition out of school. It's like their assistance drops off, and we're expected for these kids to fly. And autism doesn't end at 18, and they're a little bit less mature than their peers. So it's going to take them a minute.
Yeah. Wow. for the content you did, was it just on the YouTube channel, or it was both YouTube and the podcast too?
Both YouTube and the podcast. So I did audio and video. So anybody can, if you just like audio, you can still listen to the audio. If you want a
Yeah.
video, I got that too.
Yeah. Okay. Are you currently what's the word I want to use now? Are you currently using your phone for this call or your laptop? I'm guessing phone.
No, I'm actually on my laptop.
Wow, seriously? Okay. Because
Hmm.
the reason I asked that question was I wanted to ask if you could pull up your YouTube and then share the screen with us. We have a conversation about it. And I wasn't sure if you were using your phone, because if you're using your phone, that would have been you wouldn't have been able to do that. Or if you're using the laptop, that would be possible. But if based on maybe you can't do that, no problem. We can just skip over it and then I could ask you other questions. But if you're comfortable with it, yeah, that'd be
Yeah, we
great.
can share my YouTube. That's not a problem.
Okay, because the video will be going on YouTube, so those that are watching on YouTube, they can see the channel, and yeah, if they please subscribe, support. Yeah, subscribe. Yeah, it's free to subscribe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
YouTube free, and I'm not monetized as of yet, so I don't have memberships. So anybody can just hop on and just
yeah.
get information. I do shorts and I do long form content.
Yeah, I think you need 500 subscribers in order to be able to do membership, right? So let's get her to 500 subscribers so she can start doing membership and donations, perks on YouTube. Some of you get some of the monetization features, but not all of them.
All right, let's pull.
Okay, yeah. Wow, one
Okay,
year.
so I yeah, 1 whole year. So how
Yeah,
do I
that's
share this?
okay. On the screen you should see something. Oh, well, I don't know. Can you see the option to share your screen? It looks like
Um, it says screen
you've seen it,
share.
right?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay. So you have to
Okay,
select the
yeah.
tab. Okay.
See here.
Wow. Wow. Brilliant. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh. Wow. Who did the design for you?
I actually use
Wait. Is this
AI.
your channel?
Yeah,
Wow.
like so I use vidIQ to do my thumbnails. And I what I do is if I don't like the title, then I just change the title, but they create the AI for me. So it looks just like me and I get different hairstyles.
Does this look like you, or is it? I
Yep,
don't know,
this
but
is based off one of my pictures. And
okay,
so
okay. Yeah, yeah. Wow, that's nice. You have over 5,000 subscribers, so I guess the thing that's holding you for monetization is the watch hours.
yeah, the watch hours I'm like at 820, which isn't
Okay.
bad.
Yeah, I mean we'll get there. Baby steps.
Yep, baby steps. So
Yeah. You could
I try,
click on the videos tab. Oh, you wow.
yeah.
Yeah, so where's like the videos you did from the April challenge?
Yep. So you can see where I do like video shorts, and then like all of this I did in April. Like it was a lot. I have over 225 videos.
Wow,
Or if,
wow, and
you know, you like shorts, I have shorts as well. Like
okay,
some
I'm
people are just
guessing
not,
you grew your subscribers from shorts.
yeah. A lot of them come for shorts. I I have socials as well, and
Yeah.
I try to get it out there.
Wow,
So
wow,
that's what I
wow.
do.
The YouTube is doing well. Wow. The I just want us to get into like the challenge you did for 30 days, right? How long was each of the episodes? Was it solo episodes or guest interviews?
They're guest interviews, and most of them are around anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes. I have maybe a few that are up to an hour or
Yeah.
like less than 30 minutes, but not that many. So they usually last anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay. 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 So I'm guessing like can you like walk us through how you kind of um prepared or kind of made that April content challenge possible. So what I mean is uh posting every day, it's there are lots of factors going into it, considering the fact that you're doing guest interviews, so you have to book the guest, you have to, right? Were you doing it in April, or you had them all interviewed in what's the month for April? March, and then you released the episodes in April?
So what I did was I had a few guests that were already booked in March, and I started off with that. And then as the month went on, I would still interview some guests, and it was a labor of love because I still do work full time as an occupational therapist during the day. So I would just stay up late using Riverside, and I use ChatGPT and vidIQ to do a lot of the heavy work for me so I can just minimize everything. I book my
Yeah.
guests through a site called Podmatch, and it
Okay.
matches us up with what we are looking for. And so that's how I get a portion of my guests. And the other portion of my guests are requesting to be on my podcast now. So they are autism, neurodivergent, ADHD specialists wanting to come onto the podcast.
Yeah. Well. Uh. Oh. Okay. You use Riverside for recording or Zoom?
Beg your pardon, you cut
Can
out.
what do you use for recording? Is it Zoom or Riverside?
No, I use Riverside. I tried Zoom Zencaster, but I don't like it as well as Riverside.
Yeah.
And I started out on Zoom and the quality wasn't as good. So then that's when I started using Riverside.
Yeah, I want you
And
to
then
go
I
to the video tab, because there's something I noticed, and I was like, I was going to ask you, but since you say most of the guests I've had that have this thing on their video, right? They use Zoom. So when you say you use a Riverside, and probably maybe that was before you made the switch, but I don't know. I was kind of surprised. If you scroll down a bit, right? Once I see the video, I'll let you know. Yeah, that video
yeah, that's
without a
Zoom.
thumbnail. Yeah, that one
Yep,
too.
this is the
The one
Zoom.
you're hovering over. Yeah, the both of them.
Yep,
Why does
and
it
this
have those black
yep.
bars at the top and the bottom? Is it Zoom?
I can yep, this is Zoom. This is totally a Zoom one.
Okay, 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 okay. Then the rest, this other one close to the side is Riverside. The one
Yes.
that's okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
Okay,
that's
okay, okay.
Riverside. And I this one, I was on Zencaster. And if you use Zencaster and you upload to Riverside, because I like all the editing it can do, because I can see the words and change the words on this transcript, but
Yeah.
it doesn't let you flip, it doesn't let you turn it. It's just a weird
Oh,
kind of thing.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Yeah, the thing is, for you to, in order for you to do those features you would have in Riverside, you have to like download each of the tracks separately, and for you to be able to like manipulate the videos the way you want it, right? That what I'm saying is that your track will be recorded separately, and that of the guest will be recorded separately. That way you'll be able to like manipulate it differently. But if it's one full track, it's really hard to do anything there.
yeah. And with me doing like content release every day, I was
Yeah.
like, eh. So,
Yeah.
but I'm
Huh?
back to like my twice a week of Wednesday and Saturdays. And on the
Okay.
days that I don't do long content, I do shorts. So,
Okay, so you do daily content now. The days you don't release long episodes, you post shorts.
absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm guessing you use Riverside for clipping the shots, or you use something else.
Yes, I use Riverside for clipping the shots because I just like that better. Um, I used to use a site called Capshow, and you could upload the video, and then they
Yeah,
would clip it and do all of it. But it takes so long, and it's just easier and faster for me to use Riverside because they just clip so many.
yeah, yeah. And you can like easily edit and add some part depending on the context of what they're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's nice. I mean, the workflow it's pretty. And the thing about it's the I think for every podcaster is that as the faster you can get over the period of trying out tools and actually see the tools that works out for you, the better for you. For some persons, it takes a long time. For others, usually within 6 months after trying some softwares, they then say, okay, this is the one for me, and then you don't have to, because some softwares, it looks as if they are working against you.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then others, they just seem to like be like your co-pilot, your assistant, just working, doing everything for the podcast. Wow, that's brilliant.
I try to make it fast because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
because it took me a little bit to learn it because I'm not a media person.
Oh,
Once I started going, it was good.
yeah, yeah. I'm glad that you learned the what was necessary to like create the podcast. A lot of persons, they feel that, oh, I can't, I'm not really tech savvy. But here you are, you figured it out, and now your videos, they're looking way cooler. This video, that the first video on the second row, can you like click on it?
This one?
The first video on the second row.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
So
Is
Within your
that
organization, why
is
wouldn't you
like,
want to do those
can,
things, right?
you would
uh,
think
can
it's
you
a
proceed?
crazy
Yeah.
question. Mhm.
Is this like the where the pot? Wait. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
this
you
is
played
like
the
a
video
short.
before.
Yeah, like this is a
Oh,
short. And if you sometimes with Riverside, if the audio on the other person's side or their video somehow doesn't record and blanks out, you kind of lose it. So, but with Riverside, it'll save a backup for you
yeah, in the
on the
cloud.
internet.
Yeah.
So that's why this turned out like this. And I couldn't really
Oh,
clip as well because I had to use the backup.
yeah, yeah. Do you have the one where it's actually high quality on the channel that you can like show us?
That's actually on the actual video.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying, right? Like, yeah, the one that has like, they can say, oh yeah, this one is high quality, and
All right, let's see here.
oh, but the channel is really, is well branded. The banners, the color, the logo, and the titles. Like, you actually using really descriptive titles, such that without even knowing anything about the video, by just looking at the title, I can tell what the video or the podcast will be about, and I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah, and I try to make it that way, um, using like the transcript of my interview,
Yeah,
and that way people know what they're getting into.
yeah. Wow, wow, oh, that's. I mean, yeah, with consistency, the shots. And yeah, eventually you'd get the necessary growth on the platform. Wow, that's brilliant. Well, I like the fact that you're figuring things out, and just testing things and trying things, and not just saying, oh, this is the way it has to be done. And yeah,
Right. And, you're always learning something new. So,
yeah,
you're supposed to get better and better little by little.
yeah. Wow. Okay, 800 hours. Well, that it would be nice if we could reach 4,000 hours in before the end of the year, and then get monetized.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah, you could stop sharing the screen, so I can see your lovely face.
There you go. Righty.
I still see the screen.
Stop the share because you know, it's being stubborn today.
Okay, yeah. So I want us to talk about the monetization aspect of the podcast. I mean,
Hmm.
the podcast you do, of course, it's a very important topic, is right. It's one of those things that it's not just, okay, of course making money is good, but it's more like how there are business where they call them social, well, I think there was a name they call businesses that they just don't seek out to make profit. They try to do social good, right? There's a
Right.
social, yeah, something like that. So that's like the kind of podcast you have, where you're trying to like create what do you call it now? So oh, I've forgotten the word. But you kind of like create awareness, yeah, create awareness about the topic, and also educate the people that are already aware and that really want to learn more about autism, and that have questions that nobody's answering and they want answers to. And yeah,
Right.
it would be nice if the podcast is supported financially. So I'd love for you to like tell us what's the monetization plan, if there is any, for the podcast.
So I go through Podbean audio wise. I'm already monetized on Podbean. Right now we have
Ooh,
1.7 million downloads.
wow. Teach me, master. Let me learn from you. Show me the
So
secrets. How did you do it?
so so what I did was because I wanted to get that word out there. And so when you don't have a ton of money and you want to promote your podcast, people think you have to go to like a professional. Go to freelancers. Freelancers are cheaper and they tend to get that work up there to where you can get monetization, but at the same time, you want to promote it on your socials as well. So I consistently promote on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Haven't attempted TikTok. It's just not my thing. I'm a Gen Xer.
Okay.
And
And
that's
then YouTube. Yeah.
yep. And then YouTube. With YouTube, it was a slow gain, but I used a service called VFly, which will help promote your channel. And it is with Google Ads. So it will, it's not just about getting the numbers, but they will actually find people that want your content and that you still have the retention. So even
Yeah.
after this 30 days of content, I still have, over 5,600 followers. And I still have, people coming on and subscribing because they were catching my shorts.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, in 1 year, 1 point,
Yeah.
wonderful. That's nice. Like, see, there's this feeling you have when you're recording your podcast episode, and it's not like you think or you feel, that someone. It's not like, oh, you believe someone is listening. Someone is listening to your podcast episode, and it's the way you talk. It's just different. And then, of course, for those that are just starting out, you have to believe that someone will listen and get value from it. But I mean, believing and knowing that it's different, right? It's not a matter of, okay, I'm not sure, I'm not sure. Wow, that's brilliant. In 1 year. Okay,
One
so
year.
I'm 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 quite new to Podme monetization, but how does that really work?
So if you want, now you got to be careful. So if you want like a freelancer to promote, you can get it. Like you can haggle with them like on sites like Fiverr. Sometimes they'll come look you out. They'll come search you out and you have to ask them these questions because you just don't want bots downloading your stuff because that
Yeah,
doesn't create retention. So you have to ask them, hey, is this organic growth where I can get real followers, viewers, engagement, you know, all those questions. And if they say, yeah, we can deliver this, then, you can try it. The great thing about it is you can do monthly. It's not like you sign a contract
yeah,
and you're stuck with this company for like 6 months or a year. Now, downside, if you decide that you're like, I don't really like this one, I want to try a different person, they're gonna like bug you to death. And you're just gonna have to write a letter and say, listen, it's been cool, but I just don't need your services. And some of them
yeah,
I've had to block because they just keep at it. But otherwise than that,
uh,
you're good to go.
yeah, yeah. Wow, that's nice. I mean, having that initial base of people such that the word of mouth spreads, and you do have a website for the podcast, right?
I do not have a website as of yet. I have a link tree that has all my socials, and I am one of the few with the topic of autism that is on Discord and Twitch. My
Okay.
Discord and Twitch are run by my son and his friend.
Yeah. I want us to do something crazy. I want you to share the screen, and I want us to go to Google, and I want us to search for, first of all, we'll search for the name of your podcast and see what comes up. Second, we're going to search for wait. We're going to use incognito browser. Use something like a browser that you don't use normally. That's
Oh,
because
something I don't
yeah,
normally use. Okay, let's go
yeah.
to,
Because
um,
I don't want the search to be skewed because probably maybe you've been searching for it and then it starts showing stuff and like, oh yeah, it's ranks. Whereas it's because you searched for it before. And then we'll search for the name of your podcast and then we'll try to search for things regarding that people will search when they are trying to look for a podcast about autism, like autism podcast, top autism podcast about autism, podcast for autistic people or stuff like that, and see if you dare.
what we got. All right,
Yeah.
let's play. Let me share
Okay.
this screen here. Because sometimes I don't always. We're just going to use the Chrome tab, and we're going to go to a different browser.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Oh,
let's do
you're
Bing.
okay. Okay, I can see your screen. Okay. Okay. So
Okay, this is my. We got
adulting with
Microsoft.
autism.
Let's see.
Did you see? Okay, adults with autism. Okay,
Let's
that's a
see. Yep.
keyword. Oh, oh,
So
oh, oh, yeah, nah, nothing like that.
so
I mean, this search is different. Okay,
yeah.
okay. So
So if
let's complete the name now and add adulting with autism. Okay. Oh,
pop our
oh.
head,
Oh,
let's see.
brilliant. Okay. Did you
So
search? Did you click on enter?
yeah, I just did adulting with
Oh,
autism. So of course
this is
the Autism Speaks is one of the biggest in the world, so they're gonna come first.
oh,
But
okay. Okay,
I'm right
scroll. We should
behind
be
the
somewhere.
video. This is my video.
Wait. That
The
first video is
first,
yours.
yeah, the only one
Wow.
that's not mine is this second one.
Oh,
All of
okay.
these
Wow.
YouTubes are
Adulting with
mine.
autism. Is this you? This the one under the video. All the shots are yours.
Yep, all the shorts are mine, except for this one. This
Wow.
one's not mine, but
Okay,
these
okay.
four are
I mean,
mine.
4 out of 5. I mean, which we basically own the estate. This article, is that yours? Adulting with autism, the
Um,
autism ever. That's not yours now,
no,
right?
this one's not mine, but
Hello, can you hear me?
like, yes, the rest of them aren't mine, unfortunately. But at least you know when pop that up, my videos on YouTube will pop up.
Wow, this is brilliant. I mean,
So
yeah,
that's what
but
happened.
I think Bing is usually very relaxed in terms of search. Google is
Do you want
more
to?
strict. Yeah, so you could search
Okay,
for we could visit Google sites via this browser and actually search for the same
let's.
thing and see what comes up. Okay. Oh, you've
So
searched
on
for it
Google,
before.
my podcast pops up first. So
Don't
we'll
add
just
podcast to it. Just the name. Don't add podcast to it. Let's see. Okay,
okay.
yeah. Oh, wow. Wow.
That's my
Okay.
podcast
Yeah.
on Apple.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
The
So
one on
the
Spotify
Spotify.
is
And
mine,
then okay.
of
And
course,
then
Autism.
you're ranking above adulting on the spectrum.
So my ranking on Apple Podcast, it tends to run the gamut. I've been as high as 37 and as low as like in the 60s, but I'm always in the top 100. Most of the time, it's the top 50. It just depends on the
Hello, can you hear
day.
me?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah, my internet
Hello.
is I don't know what's happening, but yeah, I think we're back on. Yeah, wow, that's brilliant. I mean, if people are searching for you, for your brand, they get to see you. And I know that if you do have a website, wait, is the domain adulting with autism available?
Actually, I with my link tree, like I said, I generally don't have a website as of yet because that's a lot. So I just have my socials and my Discord, but it's always Adulting with Autism or Adulting with Autism podcast, and you always
Yeah,
know it's mine.
yeah. Well, that's nice. After this call, I'm going to check if adulting with autism domain is available, and if it's available, I'm going to buy it so that when you eventually decide that you're going to get a website, I'm going to sell it to you for tens of thousands of dollars. Yeah.
We're not there yet. Maybe in 5 years.
Okay. Well, in 5 years, I'll sell it for like $20,000. I'll make a lot of money from it. Yeah. Okay, that's brilliant. But if someone was to, okay, I'm imagining if someone is looking for a podcast for like podcast about autism. Let's see what will come up.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what happens when you're like try other words.
Yeah, podcast with autism or something like that. I don't know. How would someone
Okay,
search
podcast.
for a podcast, your type of podcast, when if they don't know your podcast already?
Here we go.
Okay.
Podcast for autistic adults.
Okay. I mean that's long, but yeah, podcast for autistic. Yeah. Has it shown the results? Or I feel like my screen is still showing the previous stuff. Why is it
Oh
not
no.
changing? What's it showing now?
Yeah, it changed.
Oh,
This is a different
I'm
screen.
I'm still stuck with the. Is it the same
Oh
screen or you
no.
left the tab? I don't know.
Nope, this is a different screen. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I typed in podcast for autistic adults, and a lot of the first ones you're gonna see by Autism Speak.
Yeah, I can't see that screen. I'm
Oh
still stuck
no!
with the adulting with autism screen. That's what I can see.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
reshare.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Did you search for it in a different tab or maybe? Yeah, because it's the tab that you share. That's what's happening.
Okay, let's reshare something different. Dun, dun.
Okay.
So, so if we search that, Apple Podcasts pops up, and you'll see autism in the adults.
Is that yours?
No, mine's always adulting. So I use the millennial
That
term.
that article, 25 best adult autism podcasts. Are you in that list?
So when I chose my title, I chose like a millennial term because
Okay.
millennials don't, and Gen Z they don't ever say adults with autism.
Okay.
They're usually like, I'm adulting. I have to go
Okay.
adulting. So that's why I chose adulting with autism, because that's what you got
Okay.
to do every day.
Yeah. So I was asking a question, but the internet broke the kind of broke the things. Those lists, these 21 best autistic podcasts, are the one at the top. Are you in the list?
Probably not.
How do you know?
Because
You have you checked it before?
no, but I'm just saying.
Okay. You'll be surprised. What are the chances or the odds that your podcast will be there? Ooh, I
So
say it
some
will
of
be there.
these.
You can check the table of contents and just see if the
So this is
podcast
the
name is there.
21 best autism podcasts, and some of these are probably older than mine, and they may be on a different platform. So, because I know a lot of these are on an autism platform, and I feel like it should be a bigger subject. And a lot of them, I feel like, too, cater to
Okay. When you see your podcast,
kids.
let me know.
No one's really talking about the adult.
Oh, it's parents, kids, and yeah.
So, nope, I'm not in the top 21 on this one.
Okay. I mean, yeah, these are some of the marketing and strategy or things that
Oh,
people do.
he's
Oh, that's true.
lost.
What you can do. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
okay. I
I've
said I'm not on the top 21 of that one.
yeah, I was about saying something when it cut off. I was like, that if you had a website, you could have created that article and you could have written your own version of it and you could also rank too. Then you can also do, since you don't have a website, what you could do is you can make a video that where you recommend the top 5 or the top 10 autism podcasts based on your like what you like. And then you of course you do your shameless plug and add your own podcast too. Yeah.
I I I tried to like right now I always tell my followers and people that listen, I'm like, on Apple, none of the top 15 have anything to do with autism. Let's
Ooh.
get this podcast to the top
Okay.
15.
Okay. I mean you could recommend it because people are looking for podcasts, right? What we want to do is when people are searching for the things that concerns us, we want to be there, right? That's like the most passive way to grow. because someone who's actively looking for a podcast to listen, they are more engaged rather than, of course, and all those things is good. But if I'm looking for an autistic podcast and I see yours, I'm going to listen to it, and if I like it, that's great. But if I don't see it, I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not going to even consider it. So want to be there, and you're doing a
Right.
great job. Like you're on Spotify, you're there, you're on YouTube too, and yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I try. Like I'm on all platforms. I even have a platform in India.
Ooh, what's the name of that platform?
It's called GeoSavan, and I I uploaded my podcast to there. So if anybody is in India listening, I got you. I uploaded there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, and we want to be seen. Like, in order for people to even decide to listen or do whatever, we have to be seen. We have to be visible. And these are some of the little things. Be on Spotify, on Apple, on YouTube, on Google. They have a link tree, a website, and stuff like that. And that's true. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think on Linktree, in order for you to have a custom domain, you have to like. Oh, yeah. You have to use the paid plan. Okay, okay. So, so
I do use a paid plan.
use a paid plan.
So yes, on my link tree because I like to be able to have pre-post my socials faster, and it lets me do that when I go to their plan, and I'm linked up through all my channels, and that's how I get that up really quick.
Yeah, I'm not so conversant with Linktree, but I feel like they should have an option to do a custom domain such that instead of sharing, oh, go to my linktree.com, you can actually say, go to adultism.com. And what you just do, it's the same Linktree, but that will be the link, adultingwithautism.com. And it will take you to the Linktree and they'll see everything. And yeah, I don't know.
I
Yeah,
I may I may get back to I may create a website. I just have to figure out what I would want to put on it
yeah.
because I'm balancing a full-time job.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, we
so a
could
lot of
put,
people don't know.
yeah. I mean, for a website, like I've created some website that I didn't have to like update very often. And yeah, that's true. There are some automations you could do once you set it up, such that once you publish your podcast, it's going to like publish on the website by itself without you having to do anything, and then you can embed the videos. But I feel for the website, you can, of course, you're already doing it on your link tree. You're already sharing link magnets and all that. And yeah, but I just feel that sharing the domain is easier, right? Like the thing is, if you buy a domain, you always own it, right? So you can say, oh, you can go to adultism
Right.
with autism. Yeah, but it will be painful if someone has bought that name. Yeah,
No, I'll have to
yeah.
search and
I might
see if
beat you to it.
somebody
I'll
has.
I'll buy the name, and you have to buy it from me. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Because that's one of the struggles I have as someone who like this podcast, right? Because I wanted a name that I would have the domain, right? I bought the domain. I've not yet designed the site yet, but I wanted a domain that I would have the domain. And it's because I came up with different names, but every time I would come up with a brilliant name, it was already taken. Someone had bought the name. They were not using it. They were like, you have to pay $5,000 for it. I was like, I don't have that kind of money. Yeah. And then yeah,
Right.
when I saw my podcast story, I was like, I can't believe nobody thought of this name. This is brilliant. I was like, immediately, I just paid, I think, $10 for it immediately, and boom, I have the domain now. So what's left for me is to just set up the website and yeah, have everything going.
See, you just have to come up with a name
Yeah,
and hope somebody
yeah,
doesn't have it.
yeah,
But the other thing is you have to believe in what you're doing is going to serve everybody else and it will fall into place.
yeah, 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 yeah. Like, yeah, wow, yeah. One of the things I'm going to ask you, and I don't know, if it's not something you're comfortable with sharing, please let me know. I don't want to put you on the tight spot, right? You did mention that you were monetized on Podbean, right? And I like money, so can you give us some details? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So this is how Podbean works. So Podbean, once you hit 10,000 downloads, you can start monetizing.
Okay.
And you want to turn on your dynamic ads and then you want to turn on host read ads because you don't ever know if a sponsor out there is like, hey, that's the podcast I want somebody
Yeah.
to read my stuff on. But the other thing is once you and your CPM, this is what people don't realize because they're like, oh, I want to be like Mel Robbins and blah, blah, blah. Well, because I was like that. So what happens is your CPM will only rise once you get past 1 million
Wow.
downloads on your ads impressions. And it's fairly, you can do it. Like I said, it took me over a year and a half. But if you keep your nose to the grind and, you use your resources strategically, you can accomplish that. Then once you hit over 1 million ads impressions, then you're able to negotiate a different CPM.
Oh,
And sponsors tend to look at you
yeah.
and know that your podcast is growing. Not only that, um, once you start climbing those high numbers, Podbean starts to put your podcast right up front, like Spotify. They'll start putting it promotionally every time you pop up. Education, mine pops up like relatively first.
Wow. Wow, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Oh, honestly, that's nice. And yeah, wow, that's really inspiring. Wow, wow. Like right now, from you just
Yeah.
what you've shared so far, like I've had so many light bulbs turning in my head right now, going on ring, 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 and I'm like, so many things I'm going to implement and do with my podcast. Wow.
And so, if I have found Podbean, you can get your monetization fairly easily. If you do Buzzsprout is okay, but they're more supportive in your growing your podcast versus Podbean. You're pretty much left to your own devices. You just kind of got to Google and figure out
Yeah.
what works and what doesn't. And I was comfortable with that. I was like, oh, that's fine. I can Google.
Yeah. And like how much should we expect to earn with 1 million downloads?
Now that depends on your CPM. Like your CPM can range.
Okay.
Your as if your CPM is like it's per 1,000 downloads. So if you're in the lower tier, you got to remember what they like is ads before, ads in the middle, ads at the end. So the most expensive ads are in the middle and they pay the highest.
Yeah.
So you want your podcast long enough that you can have something in the middle. And right now, I just depending on the dynamic ads, I've been as high as $40 for like an ad in the middle, as low as $2, but it's going to range. Once you get that 1 million ads impression, you can shoot an email off to Podbean and say, hey, I want to renegotiate my CPM. It should be higher because you see my ads impressions climbing, not declining.
Yeah.
And you can always track that
Wow.
and send proof and backup.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. That's brilliant. Currently, you're still earning from Podbean, right?
Right. So right now I shot off my email to them to say, hey, review my CPM. It should be higher. And I'm waiting
Back from
to
there.
hear back.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But you're still earning from the previous arrangement.
Yeah, I'm still stuck in the previous
Okay.
arrangement, which isn't horrible. You'll watch it climb. I think because they release their money on the 14th of every month. So I'm thinking I will clear $1,000. This will be my first $1,000
In a month or like over.
in a month. Yeah, nope. This is 1 month.
Why didn't you start the episode with this? This is now that the Joseph aspects just landed, and now we're like, it's about 7 minutes to the end of the episode. Whew, wow, that is brilliant.
So
Wow, congratulations.
yeah, and
I'm
like
happy
I
for
said,
you.
thank you.
Yeah.
And it's not going to happen fast. The statistics says for new podcasters, most don't make it past the 7th episode.
Yeah.
So you got to just keep on grinding and keep at it. Be strategic.
Wow. And I'm guessing you also you since you get your guests from Podmatch, you also yeah.
Mhm. So what Podmatch does is, um, if you are the host for every episode you publish, they pay you $32.
Okay, 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 okay.
So there's a monthly fee to it, but it's worth the monthly fee if you're publishing people 5 episodes every week and they can verify it, then that's a great, you'll make your money back for the month
Yeah.
that you pay
I
into it.
mean the amount for a host, if you just a host, that's if you don't want to guest, is $6, right? Then if you want to guest, you can then add to maybe 32 or maybe $64. But $6 for just being a host, you get a lot of guests, and that $6 is not really a big deal. Like even if you weren't getting paid, okay, $6 to get guests for
Right.
your show,
Yeah.
that's not a big
$6,
deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Six $6 it'll get you
Yeah.
guests. And if you feel like, hey, I can be an affiliate. They can, I'm ready to make this commitment. Then the guests that you put on from Podmatch, then you get paid for every single one that you put on for Podmatch, even if it's a 15-minute episode.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing. It's not one of those things I'm just going to overlook. Like, thank you. Like, thank you so much for sharing that. The figures, like, wow. And Podmatch and then Podbean. Wow. That's brilliant. Wow.
Yeah, like I will say for Podmatch as well, you can access their learning. And if you have episodes, um, that you do at least 3 times a week, they have their own platform. So you can ask to be a part of their platform as well. So not only am I on Podbean, I'm also on Podmatch's platform because they have a whole bunch of podcasts that are independent.
Oh, that's Podmatch Podcast Network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just check out Podmatch and just, it's a great website. People complain about paying monthly. I'm like, well, if you just host one guest, you make your money back.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, let's assume Podmatch does not pay, right? I mean, $6. If let's say you did an interview show where the minimum was like once every week, and that's you get about 4 guests every month. Like the fact that you don't
Mhm.
have to like stress email back and forth, and the people on Podmatch are actually looking to be
Right.
on shows. Like if the time it will save
Right.
you is a ton. Like the manual way, like I've been there. I know what it is. Send an email and you wondering whether the person received it or not. And yeah, wow, that's
Right.
brilliant. Wow, thank you so much. I'm happy for you. Like you are among the, I don't know the percentage, but I know you are like up there because a lot of people don't even make $1 from their podcast. And I mean, yeah, it's yeah, but it's a good thing to know that the podcast is supporting it to pay for the apps, the tools, the softwares, and something to like get coffee and yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Hopefully I'm hoping within 2 to 3 years, it'll be my only job.
yeah.
It'll be my
Hopefully,
sole
yeah.
income.
Please, if there's any juicy updates, let me know, and I won't hesitate to have you back on the podcast and we can discuss about it. Because I feel like this episode we just took
Absolutely.
took our time to like know ourselves and kind of like get comfortable. So stranger danger, stranger danger. But in the next step, that's when we're going to really have the talk. Because yeah, thank you so much for coming on the
You're
podcast
so
and for
welcome.
sharing. Yeah. Where can listeners learn more about you and what?
So, you can go to my link tree and go, it's Adulting with Autism, or I'm on all platforms, Spotify, Apple, Pandora. If you're in India, JioSaavn. And my link tree has all my socials linked under there with my Discord, my Twitch. If you want to join the Discord community, like I said, my son and his friend designed it and they run it.
Yeah,
And they're both autistic.
yeah. Oh,
So
yeah. Thank you. I don't know what your son his name is, but thank you. What's his name? So I can personalize the thank
is
you
that
message.
he likes to be called Z.
Okay, thank you, Z, for helping mom with the podcast. Yeah. My regards to tell him that Wisdom from Nigeria said hi.
I will.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Thanks for sharing the details about the Podbean monetization and all that. And thank you for, just opening our mind to what is possible with with the podcast. And thanks for the amazing work you do on behalf of your listeners for talking about the things that nobody wants to talk about.
Thank you for having me. It's
Yeah,
been
please.
great.
Yeah, please. If there's any updates, anything that you notice is game changing podcasting for you, please let me know. I want to be let in on the secret early on.
I will let you know.
Yeah, thank you. You do have my personal email.
Yes.
Yeah, please. Thank you. That's it for today's episode of my podcast story. I am Wisdom Okonkwo, and I hope this conversation sparked new ideas and gave you a deeper look into the heart of podcasting. If you've loved this episode, consider supporting the show by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/wisdomhq. Every bit helps keep the stories going. And hey, don't forget to follow, rate, and share this podcast with another podcaster or creator who would find it helpful. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you in the next episode.